Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, disrupts another event organized without her permission. The Minister of Women's Affairs has disrupted another event that was organized for the ministry without her permission. And of course, in the video that is making round on social media, the minister says she's not against organizing workshops and seminars, but that organizers of such programs must ensure they infuse empowerment of women in their activities. And according to her, organizing workshops and seminars will not directly impact the people. There is a video today, so let's quickly let's watch the video where she had a lot to say, and while she was saying those lots, she was making sure to put in the apologies and all of that. And we know people always applaud her. While some people are applauding her, some people are still shading her at the same time. But before we react to that, let's watch the video so we could understand exactly what she was trying to do. We'll be right back. This is what they call, Kayode said, this is African Nigerian Margaret Thatcher. You know, it's surprising why she was even saying everything and apologizing. She actually called the person organizing out, and I was like, wow, the move, like, it's so. In fact, Chief Godi, what will you say about this?
I don't know. Maybe perhaps if Madam Ministers was carried along, even if the event was planned for 500 million, nobody would have heard about it. You know, there is this proverb in my place that says that don't just let those who steal, that you will know them when they want to share the news. You see, at the end of the day, yes, I don't know who invited Madam Minister to the place, whether they crashed the event and decided to forcefully take up the mic and start addressing people. I think there are better ways to handle things like this, right? Now, you have not just tried to make yourself look good, you have also, in a way, rubbish our image as a people. People must have been invited, foreign dignitaries must have been invited to the event. Some ambassadors, people working in High Commission are in that event. I don't know how you want them to feel. These are the internal issues in your Ministry of Women Affairs, that you can issue a memo. These are the ways that you want things to. I mean, it is even wrong that it is on the day of the event that Madam Minister gets to know such events. In Abuja, you should have known about it. Send a letter to the hotel, to the event center. Please don't honor this event. I am not in the know.
She doesn't know about the event.
That's what you should know. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. People cannot. I cannot be the head of the ministry, and an event is going to happen in my domain, Abuja, where my office is, and until the day of the event was not just planned that day. There must have been correspondences flying around.
Okay, the video go long. She told them not to have that event.
That is what I'm saying.
Except they empower women and children.
That's what I'm saying. How do you empower women and children? These are the handouts that we keep doing. The Ministry of Women Affairs is not just to bring women and give them 10. I mean, when you bring women, are you going to go to Abiarawo, where I come from, and bring a woman there? Is any of my women in that place will be represented in Abuja? Are you going to do that? You see, the culture of this palliative is digging deep into our fiber, and we are losing it already. All right? There are ways that they can do things to help. Oh, empower children and women. Empower how? What are the modalities to empower children and women? Are you impacting their businesses, the small businesses they are doing? Are you giving them a handout that they, on their way back they will stop at Bama Put and chop from the money? Is that empowerment? So the Madam Minister should have known about this. There is a way to stop this kind of events. You go to the venue, issue a letter to all the venue within Abuja and say, look, I am told that this kind of event must not hold. Write to the police. They will stop it. Even the organizer will not go for that. They will look for a truce before they start planning anymore. So you cannot, because at the end of the day, even the invited guests are looked stern from that video.
Of course, yeah.
They look stunned that was I invited here to be insulted? So that means it's going to take a lot of people so much convincing to do when the Ministry of Women Affairs is having a program and is inviting them. So he has not just done that to the people that organize it, he has also done that to ourselves.
Yes.
To ourselves. Because even if as of event, people have to cross-check our signature and make a personal call. So that they don't want to get caught in the web like that. So at the end of the day, I feel there are ways to do things. Alright? Madam Minister could have just want to do that too. You know, is one of the person that also wrote that letter to also wanted to stop that Niger marriage. The Niger marriage bonanza that the Speaker of the House of Assembly in Niger State conducted. Eventually, she apologized and the marriage went on. So I felt at the end of the day, she was full of apology in that video.
Yeah.
And I hope at the end of the day she will not come out and apologize again. And I think people are allowing powers to get to them. And I feel maybe the way we are running this entire thing in this country make people misbehave. And I think, Madam Minister, a lot of people may disagree with me, didn't behave quite well there. I think there are ways to handle this thing. Yes, two wrongs
cannot make it right.
To make it right. So you have actually wrong and they were wrong. So it is us, the image of this country, that is put on the bulletin.
Okay, all right. Femi Chacha, if you're still there, I want to ask you, Chief Godi said she mismanaged her power by actually disrupting, the event and, calling out the woman. In fact, doing it the whole way she did it was a no-no for Chief Godi. But do you actually agree with Chief Godi, or you have another side of the coin to talk about this?
Three things really quickly. Number one is that just like Chief Godi said, two wrongs don't make a right. The organizers were wrong, and I will explain this. See, this weekend, towards next week, as soon as Mr. President is back, there's going to be a cabinet reshuffle, and certain people will be removed from the cabinet. Dr. Bala Usman, who some of us refer to as probably the class captain, who is in charge of measuring ministers and KPIs. It was supposed to happen after the first year of this administration, but many of the ministers begged that the criteria set or goals set by the administration when they were sworn in, because all of them were given targets that they had to have a change of certain policies, and within 1 year some of these things can materialize, and the president graciously extended. So obviously for some of us that have a lot of friends in the cabinet that are our age bracket that talk to us, we still sit down and drink and eat together. We understand that this weekend, next week, there's going to be a cabinet shuffle, and all of them are really scared. Why are they scared? The president, for the first time, drew out KPIs, gave the woman Bala Usman to measure every minister with those KPIs. Now, the Ministry of Women Affairs have always done all of these things Madam Uju is angry about. That's how they have been spending quite a lot. And then during defense, during budget defense, you find out that when most of them are being asked by a joint panel of the House of Representatives and the Senate, most of them can't even say anything meaningful in defending how money has been spent. Now, the channel Madam Uju wants is to partner with state government ministries at the level of the state government. Then partner with the First Lady. The First Lady is also doing certain empowerment. And in the KPI, they feel like there's no need to replicate roles when all of them can pool resources together and actually do an empowerment per state or per certain chosen LCDs or local governments. And people can earn, instead of giving them 10,000 naira, you can invest in their businesses and get adequate feedbacks. They are partnering with several organizations, but you see, there are some people, quote and unquote, who had been facilitating stops for different ministries from time immemorial, irrespective of the political party in power. See, I'm privy to what has happened, and I actually know few of the team members in this particular event. So you see, there are certain people that they have always been siphoning funds from government. Funny enough, most of them are actually loud opposition members on social media, but they don't tell people that they actually lobby. They don't tell people that they actually lobby to get contracts, but because they are not the one fronting some of these things, their names are not at the forefront, so they still come back to still come social media to still blame the government. Now, this woman is trying to correct what has been done so far. But you see, the civil service is a principality on its own. I know certain heads will roll, but it does not mean that the method by which the minister had gone about correcting this thing is right. Our method, what she's trying to correct is right, but our method of going about it is actually really wrong. They should also think about our public image. She's saying things like this look at how many microphones is standing right in front of her. Look at the dignity, like she got this. Look at how many dignitaries are probably invited, probably from NGOs, maybe UNICEF or the likes. They will feel embarrassed. They will really feel embarrassed. So what are we? What's our image? What's the nation's image that they're actually trying to sell? So you can have a right perception to solving problems, but your method may be wrong. Our method is actually wrong. Going forward, for those that are closer to some of us, we have tried to sell our ideas that, see, it's not enough for the president to actually do retreats at ministerial level. It's not enough, which has been done. It's not enough for the president and the presidency to do retreats for civil service, PS, they call them permanent secretaries and the like. See, ministers don't, see, these people can operate and block each ministers and still do what they want. Ministers want to lodge their opinions. They want to lodge this administration's manifesto when they're actually supposed to be partnering and make this civil servant buy into. So I know you will remember months ago when maybe one of the ministers, I think is it David Umai, that they actually locked up the civil servant actually locked up the secretariat. See, they must be, because he was trying to lord certain things over them. What he wants to achieve is right. But see, their methods of going about it where I have issues. Ministers should sit down with civil servants and get their buy-in. Corruption is everywhere, I agree. But even you as minister, you're not a saint. So it's easier for them to think the reason why she's probably this angry is because she's not getting her court. It's easier for them to think like that, irrespective of whatever perception or whatever opinion she's trying to sell to them. So going forward, ministers should calm down, get the buy-in of the civil servants within your ministry, then use them. See, some of us have read 48 laws of power, and you have to learn to be able to use your enemies. It's not only gathering your friends together. It will take time. Before you know it, 2 years, 3 years, the ministry has achieved nothing because you are fighting civil servants that are supposed to be at the forefront of helping you to achieve your goals. The method is wrong. The message she's trying to pass is right, but the platform that she has chosen to pass that message and the method that she has used is actually completely wrong. Thank you, Blossom.
All right, thank you very much. Well, a lot of people on the internet, social media, actually would not agree to what my two analysts have said. But if you look at it from what both of you have said, it's actually a very wrong way to go about it. I'm just going to read some of the comments I saw on that comment section of that video. Someone said, most of the times this fraud is committed by top civil servants and not the politicians. Just imagine what is happening now. Another said, coming from the same person that hid the COVID-19 food and used it for herself and personal use. Funny people. Okay, funny people. Nothing good will ever come out of Nigeria, because Nigeria is trying to scam us and they know this. But know this and have peace of mind. Anyway, some people believe, a lot of people, in fact, let me just say 80% of people on social media actually commended her, but a lot of other persons are actually shading her behind it. But that's an actually interesting take. I didn't actually see it basically from this angle of you could have actually done it this other way than doing it this way, because at the end of because I felt it took a lot of nerve to be able to do that in front of those persons. But looking at it now with where you both of you have actually talked about it, and I realize that okay, there could have been another way.
Of course, there could have been another way. Of course.
And she will still make the same corrections.
Yes.
But we learn every day. So, Minister, I'm sure you too, you're also learning. Sometimes you don't allow the emotions get the better part of you. We can't take any more topics today because our time is already fast spent. So we'll just have to wrap it up now. I just want to appreciate Femi Chacha Emmanuel first. Femi Chacha, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure joining you. Chief Goddy, I salute you. Please buy my own food.
Thank you, man. I don't know what you're eating, but please share. Send us to the office. Thank you so much, Gabi, for joining. It's been an amazing one. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Today that you now came early, everybody.
I'm enjoying my show.
You enjoy
your show.
Next week, I'm certain other persons will be in the studio.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers, for joining. And of course, tomorrow we'll continue to talk about the state and affairs of the nation on the bus that runs from 11 noon to 1 p.m. Until then, have a beautiful day for yourself. And remember to always live healthy and be happy. Bye for now.